evening, everyone, and welcome to another pregame edition of GTHL Hockey in the 6. I'm Jordan Jacklin, joined alongside Jared Rotenberg as we get you set for a matchup between the Torontonationals and the Mississaugareps. Let's get into it, starting with the goaltenders. These are two teams that have to play a tight, structured game, especially just comparing the skill level. Let's start with James Meredith and what he offers.
James Meredith is such a strong goaltender, playing on an otherwise pretty middling team so far this season, but he still isn't getting a lot of the help, and as a result, James Meredith needs to do a lot of things himself, but he has done that very well so far this season. His Toronto Nationals are one of the best teams in the league so far in terms of goals against, and that is largely to do with the amazing play by goaltender James Meredith. He's such a big goaltender who's also very mobile. He's so good at covering up a lot of the net with his quick movements, and his glove hand is exceptional. His ability to move his body, move his pads in front of the pucks is exceptional, and his ability to get centered to shooters is second to none. But on the other end of the ice is another amazing story here. Now, his Mississaugareps have really struggled this season, but a shining bright spot in an otherwise awful season is the amazing play of Kasin, Leung, who's a goaltender that is just so strong in every single area. So good at moving, so good at staying calm when he needs to, but also when he needs to go out and challenge a shooter, he has the utmost confidence to do so. A fantastic shining light in an otherwise dark, dark season.
And just moving forward, looking back at the Nationals, let's take a look at Callum Mainville, almost looking like Tage Thompson when he's on the ice.
Absolutely. This is a player you need to know about. Standing tall at 6'2", you would expect him to really thrive on more the defensive ends of the ice, but that is exactly the opposite. Yeah, he has good defensive instincts. Yeah, he is a good power forward. He's confident. He knows how to play the body. Definitely a two-way guy. But it's when he gets the puck, even standing at 6'2", that his speed, his hands, his deceptiveness, and his shot really thrive. He's a guy that's so good at using his body and his physical presence to pressure opponents, steal the puck, and then when he gets that puck, his speed, his hands, his ability to deke out opponents is simply sensational. When he's in alone on a goalie, he's so quick with it. His hands, his ability to move the puck, and his ability to rip the puck are second to none. A fantastic force here on this Toronto Nationals team.
And moving on to the reps, Jared, Amar Beganovic is someone who's really driving the play for that team.
Well, for the Mississaugareps, as I previously mentioned, this year was pretty dark for them. They're letting in a lot of goals. So as a result, their forwards have needed to adopt a more defensively responsible system. And Amar Beganovic is absolutely at the top of that list. Such a smart, defensively responsible player here on this Mississaugareps forward core. So good at pressuring opponents, using his body, playing smart, and simply pressuring other teams. And when he picks up the puck, he's so good at getting it out of those danger areas with his ability to pass the puck like it's nobody's business. They say he has eyes on the back of his head how good he is at passing and finding his teammates, getting it quickly out of that danger zone. And when he does have the puck in the offensive zone, don't discount his ability to absolutely grip it and rip it either. A great offensive piece on an otherwise struggle-filled team.
Well, Jared, thank you very much for your insight as we get you set for game time between the Toronto Nationals and Mississaugareps. Good afternoon from St. Michael's College. I'm Jordan Jacklin, joined alongside Jared Rotenberg as we get set for GTHL Hockey on the 6 between the Toronto Nationals and the Mississaugareps. Jared, what can we look for on both sides?
Well, both of these teams have really struggled throughout this season. The Toronto Nats have a middling record throughout this season, while the Mississaugareps have been trapped in the basement of the GTHL, but both teams looking for an all-important win to jumpstart the comeback or the hopeful comeback of their season in a big-time turnaround. But now we're underway.
Sarah Brando chasing after that puck as it goes into the rep zone. Getting back at Sarah Brando, retrieving it in the neutral zone, sending it back to the blue liner, or rather forward Owen Snyder. It's the Nationals now digging away for it along the half board as it gets back into the offensive end. Reps now have it. Along the half board, that's Sarah Brando getting muscled off the puck, but able to retrieve that was the defenseman Meredith. Putting that shot on net there was Meredith as it goes along the other way and out. Already an eventful start here, Jared.
Absolutely, and for the Toronto Nationals, their main goal for this game is just to have the Stars step up and play like Stars. They have a fantastic duo of Matthew Sarabrando and Franco Brandioli. These guys will really be relied on tonight to use their speed, use their skill and ability, all their tenacity to step up in this game. And for the Reps, their task will be containing that beast with their defensemen, playing hopefully a great defensive game.
Chasing after that puck was Amar Beganovic as it goes along the half wall. Retrieving it now are the Reps again as they send it in. Back over to Beganovic for the shot, kicked aside by James Meredith. Into the corner now as the Nationals retrieve it. Going after that puck along the half wall. It's a 3-on-2 the other way, but that puck is gloved down by Kasin Leung.
That's the first major shot on net that Kasin Leung has faced in tonight's game. The Toronto Nationals just skating right into the zone, and from not exactly the most opportune area of the ice, not in the slot, rather more over into the circle, they fired a shot from the side of the net, and ultimately, Kasin Leung was up to the task.
Back the other way now, a bouncing puck, and it could be a breakaway chance the other way. Rather, it goes into the corner, but able to retrieve that there are the Reps. The defender almost looked the pitch there, but he has to go back as it's now a 3-on-2 the other way. With the puck back and over there, and it's stopped by Leung.
The Toronto Nationals there with a very fortunate break, not allowing the Mississaugareps to get a chance on that breakaway. He didn't get the shot off, and ultimately it is the Toronto Nats now returning to the offensive zone, hoping to right the wrong that had just occurred moments ago as they lost the puck right off that faceoff, and it went down and out the ice.
And Lucas Teixeira gets that puck, sending it back to Kieran Riley. Riley being pressured hard by Owen Snyder. Nationals now able to get it back into the offensive end, but it's Reps' possession, sending it over to Snyder. Here's Snyder now with speed along the boards. Pressured hard there by Riley as the Nationals look to get it, but stolen the side, and a quick stop made by Meredith. Had to be sharp on that one. Back the other way, it's dumped in by the Nationals as a line change is made. Bouncing puck along the boards, and they'll be beneficiary for the Reps. Going after that one is Snyder. But the Nationals able to retrieve it as they look to make a chance of their own. Going after it along the boards, circling back. And that is turned over there by the Reps. Again, a hard forecheck to play against this Toronto Nationals team. Going after that puck now, just unable to get it was Lucas Spano. It's turned back the other way. It's Callum Mainville. Trying to center that through, but disrupted there by the Reps blue liner. A lot of bouncing pucks so far, Jared, so far in this series.
Absolutely, neither team really being able to set up much in the offensive zone. The puck boggling around in the middle of the ice in the neutral zone here. Neither team really being able to set the tone, but that was a nice shot there from the Mississaugareps, stopped by James Meredith.
Battle along the boards now as it goes in front of the net. Hits loose in front, but the Reps are able to clear it, rather the Nationals are, as it's sent back out. Looking for the 2-on-1 chance there was Kyle Weisblatt, but it is called an icing on the play.
We now have an icing, and for the Mississaugareps, their hardest task of the night will simply be producing offense. If you look at the GTHL standings, they are sitting absolutely dead last in goals for. They've really struggled to put the puck in the back of the net, and their opposition tonight, the Toronto Nationals, yes, they haven't been spectacular in the goal scoring front, but they're way up higher over into a middling area of the GTHL standings at about 5th place in that category. They'll have their work cut out for them tonight in trying to produce offense.
It's Mississauga now with the puck as he sends it back towards the neutral zone as they look to set up. It was set wide and play is blown dead.
And neither team's really being able to test either goaltender right now. A couple shots from out far, but no one really being able to break in close, get a point A, grade A chance on either goaltender, and as a result, both are perfect. Both teams as well, though, stepping up defensively and really preventing these pucks from going onto the net.
It's sent back into the Mississauga zone as the Nationals pressure. Going after the puck now was the forward as the blue liner Kieran Riley goes after it. Riley circling back will send the puck up into the neutral ice. But that will be another, oh nope, no icing on the play. Both teams make a change. Sending it back now the other way. It's Luke Howard with it. Up the boards. Going after it now, but the Reps are able to recover. And the neutral ice now. Chase Del Columbio going after it. Putting it into the corner for Riley for a long range shot. And just out. Yeah. It just went wide. Riley now will break it in himself. Sending this cross seam pass, but that will be deemed offside.
That was really smooth skating there displayed by defenseman Kieran Riley of the Toronto Nationals. Just his ability to take the puck from the middle of the ice, skate it through the blue line, over into the zone, and just shoot it on net. This is a very skilled offensive defenseman who has a lot of smart offensive instincts, and he displayed that there, knowing when to shoot, knowing when to pass, and just displaying his beautifully smooth, silky smooth skating ability.
When Snyder sends that puck along the boards as a point shot trickles through, but Luke Howard is able to clear the rebound. Back the other way now are the Nationals, sending that over to Sarah Brando as he puts the shot on net, and that's gloved down by Kasin.
Matthew Cerebrando is a player that we highlighted in the opening as a dangerous offensive force. He's a bit more oversized compared to his line mate, Franco Brandolino, but they are a dynamic duo right now, and with Matthew Cerebrando's ability to play the body, control the puck, use his size, and his speed, he's a force every time he enters the ice. A fantastic piece for these Toronto Nationals.
Takes Sarah battling for that puck along the corner, and he sends it back down low on the Nationals. Trying to get that puck through, waiting for options. Looking back for Sarah. An option on the cross seam on the backhand, wasn't able to get the shot through. Reps now along the boards will look to clear the puck, but it's kept alive by the Nationals. Sarah now winning another battle along the boards as he looks to get to it. It is Luke Howard. Howard now with a long range shot, just missed wide, but there's a rebound. Up in front of the net, and the Reps are able to clear it.
That was probably the best chance of the night so far for these Toronto Nationals. Luke Howard just firing the puck right off the boards, getting a very fortunate bounce there as the puck bounced off the boards and right in front of goaltender Kasin Leung, right in front of the net. But nonetheless, he comes up with a big-time save to keep the Mississaugareps in this game.
Cal Weisblad wins that puck for Del Colombo. It's sent back into the neutral ice. The Nationals really starting to sustain the offensive zone pressure. And that puck is gloved down by Leung.
Kasin Leung with another big-time save. The Toronto Nationals certainly have found their footing here, really containing the Mississaugareps in their own offensive zone, getting a lot of shots on net. But it still is the Mississaugareps defense that have prevented a lot of in-close shots. The Nats are relying on a lot of out-far shots from about the blue line. And now let's see if they could turn that great defense into offensive ability.
It's in the Nationals' end as it is turned over there by the Reps, going after that puck. That was
Econopolis, rather. And it appears that the puck has bobbled right back over into the neutral zone. Both teams really fighting for some offense. It is now the Nationals that are up on the attack. Chase Del Colombo.
Set aside there by Leung as it's down low. Going after that now is Del Colombo, bringing it back in front of the net, but cleared by the defender from the Reps. They regroup now, line change for both squads. Sent back, and it appears there'll be no icing on the play. Sent along as the Reps look to regroup. With the puck now as it's out high, and it's gloved down by Meredith.
A big save there by James Meredith, but a player I once again need to highlight is the player who we highlighted moments ago, defenseman Kieran Riley, who's just so smooth in his skating, and he displayed that once again, really cutting off that play from the Mississaugareps, preventing a clean entry into the zone. Such a strong defenseman. He thrives on his skating ability, and already the Mississaugareps appear to find themselves in some trouble, not really being able to generate much offense when Kieran Riley enters the ice.
James Paul sends that over along the half wall as they look to regroup. Looking for their first real chance of sustaining some offensive zone pressure are the Reps, but the Nationals are able to clear. Back the other way. With the puck now, and they send that through into the middle of the ice, but their bodies the traffic in front. But kept alive there by the Nationals with the puck is Matthew Cerebrando. Sending it down low. Cerebrando now back. That was forechecked hard and generating that turnover there were the Reps. Going after that puck now is Emerson Taylor. Taylor with the body hard in front of the net. Already seen the physicality ramping up here, Jared.
Absolutely. That was once again Kieran Riley, who really did a great job of looping around to meet the Mississaugareps player right in the middle of the ice. He looped around in order to generate speed, charged right into the Reps player, and laid a big-time hit.
All the way at the other end of the ice as the Nationals are able to clear. In transition now is Cerebrando once again. Very noticeable tonight. As it's cleared back in, there will be no icing on the play. Reps challenging the Kieran Riley, the Nationals blue line.
Big time puck battle here, once again displaying just how physical this game is going to be tonight, but it appears the puck is out of the battle and back into the neutral zone.
Reps looking to sustain the forecheck as they send it back. Nice move the other way, but good work there by Riley in front of the net for the rebound, but that's stopped by Meredith. Back the other way now are the Nationals. They look to send it through a shot on, and now it's kicked aside by Leung. The Nationals sustain the forecheck. They send it back. With the puck now is Austin Punchard. Punchard now has to skate back for the other 23, Molster Plata. Molster Plata puts the shot on net, and it's gloved down by James Meredith.
That was a great display of offense there by Toronto Nationals defenseman Austin Punchard. So good at carrying this puck, using his skill, using his skating ability, and his puck handling ability to skate into the zone, get through the opposing players on the Mississaugareps, find an open lane, pull it into his body, wrist shot, and shoot it on net. But at the end of the day, it is the goaltender who's up to the task with a big-time save.
As a far-range shot by Lucas Spano, just missing right on the play. As the Reps look to continue in the forecheck, battling hard there are the Nats, just kept down low. Going after it now and able to retrieve it is Del Colombo as he sends it up the ice. With it now, a potential 3-on-2 the other way. But good work there once again by the Reps blue liner, not allowing any forecheck to sustain on the outgoing attack.
Absolutely. They've been so good at containing that all night long, but still it is these Toronto Nationals that are possessing the puck here in the offensive zone, getting a lot of chances on Kasin Leung, but he is still up to the task as he has been all night long. A fantastic goaltender putting on a big-time performance right now to keep his team in this hockey game.
We're also seeing a lot of traffic in front of both goalies, making it very hard to find that open shooting lane.
Absolutely. The defense on both sides, especially on this Mississaugareps side, has really prevented the Toronto Nationals from getting going much here. And now these Mississaugareps, who have stepped up a lot defensively, will have a big-time offensive chance on the power play now. And let's see what they can do here as the puck is dropped on this power play to cook it off.
Cleared outside the offensive zone, so they'll have to regroup. With the puck now is blue liner James Paul, sending it back the other way. In transition now are the Reps as it's set aside along the boards. With it is Amar Beganovic. Trying to get that back, James Paul trying to keep it in, and he does. Good work there by the Reps blue liner as he sends it along the boards. The Nationals now look to clear, and they do.
Toronto Nationals really are such a pressure-filled team. They know that when the opposing team has the man advantage, they can't just sit back and watch. They're so good defensively, and they know that their best course of action is to put on the pressure. And as a result, these Mississaugareps haven't really been able to maintain much sustained zone pressure early on in the first minute of this power play chance.
Down low now are the Reps as they look to regroup. James Paul with the puck again will send it back along the boards. Unable to settle that puck down along the left half while the Nationals look to regain possession, and they do, and it will be cleared. Good shift there for the Toronto Nationals penalty killers as they make the line change. We'll see a new group for the power play on the Mississauga end. With the puck now, it's cleared once again by the Nationals. Cerebrando, who we've mentioned, is also a key penalty killer for this Toronto squad, really making an impact in this first period.
Absolutely. He's really been working on improving his 200-foot game, his two-way game, and we're seeing that on full display right now here on the penalty kill early on in this hockey game. So much skill and ability offensively, but when he needs to tone it down and keep it smart and simple defensively, he is more than capable of taking on that role. That's what makes him such a strong force here for these Nationals.
Dudziak will take a shot at himself, and that goes off the blocker of Kasin Leung.
Going from defense into offense is these Toronto Nationals, and Jonathan Dudziak with arguably the best chance of the night here for these Toronto Nationals in the final moments of this penalty kill, skating in and trying to roof it right over Kasin Leung, but he comes up with the save.
Here are the Reps now breaking up the puck. That was tipped alongside the neutral zone from Mars Wilson. Going after it now. Back the other way are the Nationals. Del Colombo will bring it in himself, trying to get that through. Didn't like what he see. The Reps have it now, being pressured along the boards. To generate that turnover, it's Kieran Riley setting it up the ice. With the puck now, a backhand shot on the net is turned aside by Leung, but they keep it in. Down low now. Getting to that is Del Colombo. Del Colombo fighting off the forechecker of Mississauga. Going after it. And they get that puck through, and it goes outside the offensive end. Both teams being very relentless defensively so far, Jared.
Absolutely. What was interesting there was Chase Del Colombo. He had the puck up over into the half wall in the offensive zone for these Toronto Nationals, and he had a choice to make. Should he loop back and use that open space in the offensive zone close to the blue line, or should he skate it in towards the net? And he elected to go towards the net, ultimately bringing the puck behind the net. And it's really evident that these Toronto Nationals are recognizing how good defensively the Mississaugareps are. They know they're not going to have a lot of opportunity to be in close on the net. So when he had the choice there to go far away from the net or skate in close, he of course elected to go in close to at least get a puck on net and test goaltender Kasin Leung.
With the puck now the other way as it's sent back into the neutral zone, turned over by Mississauga. Trying to get to that puck there was Beganovic. It's turned aside. Back the other way now, trying to get to that one is the Nationals blue liner. It's leaning it over between the legs, but the Reps will regroup when they get to that one. Econopolis now down low, being challenged hard there by the forechecker Teixeira. Right down the other way, turned over once again by Sarah Brando as he turned to the side and wrapped it around the board. Down low now, we'll find Beganovic. Beganovic will look to start off the offensive attack with another bouncing puck. Probably the biggest storyline in this game so far.
Absolutely no team really being able to maintain much pressure as these pucks are bouncing all over the ice. But a big-time physical hit there by Thanasi Marintet. A big-time physical play from these Toronto Nationals, really trying to pack a punch of their own on the defensive and physical ends of the ice, like the Mississaugareps have for a lot of this game.
All the way at the other end of the ice, it's a ride going with a shot, but it was turned aside by Leung and back the other way. Nationals able to clear it up as they'll go for another attack. Chasing after that puck now is Del Colombo. Really being leaned on hard by this Nationals team.
Just smothered all throughout.
Austin Punchard taking it towards the net, but play is called, and both teams making a change. That will do it for this first period of GTHL hockey on the 6th between the Mississaugareps and Toronto Nationals. We're scoreless after 20. What have you liked so far, Jared, about this game?
I think both teams have really done a great job of playing to their strengths. The Mississaugareps know that if they're going to win this game, it's not going to be by a blowout score. It's not going to be with their offensive firepower. It's going to be by keeping this game close, keeping it smart, keeping it low-key, and playing great defensive hockey, and that's what they've done all period long. On the other end of the ice, however, the big boys on the Toronto Nationals have stepped up and got a lot of chances on goaltender Kasin Leung, and if they continue playing this way, it will be only a matter of time. They're getting a lot of pucks on net, and even though the Mississaugareps are doing a good job playing defensively in front of their goaltender, the Toronto Nationals are still getting a lot of shots from a bit farther out. But at the end of the day, if you continuously fire shots on the opposing goaltender, it should be only a matter of time if they keep playing in the manner that they have been for the first period.
A very calm and poised start for Kasin Leung so far, certainly seeing more action in the two goalies. Let's see how that will continue as the puck gets set to be dropped here in this second frame. It is officially underway, won by the Nationals. Puck retrieved there by Isaac Simone. Lung will send it up the ice into the neutral zone now as the Nationals attack. Sent alongside the boards and play is blown dead on that sequence.
And it appears we'll be returning right to the face-off dot just outside of the offensive zone here for these Toronto Nationals, really trying to continue what they have been doing all first period long, really breaking into the offensive zone. And even though the Reps have played well defensively, they still have maintained a lot more offensive zone time than their opposition. They'll look to continue that tonight.
Up the ice now, the other way is Jonathan Dudziak. Saying that along the boards. Dudziak retrieves it, but the Reps have an answer. They're able to recover. But another turnover generated by this Nationals forecheck. Going alongside the boards now, Dudziak down low, trying to look for options. He's sent aside. Going out to that puck now. The Reps blue liner. And back the other way. Getting right over, he's running a shot on net, but just deflecting wide into the defensive zone. The Nationals look to continue their forecheck, but now the Reps now generating some chances of their own, and that's turned aside by Meredith. Back the other way now is Jonathan Dudziak. Sent alongside to the blue liner as he'll dump it in. We're starting to see more of Mississauga generate the offensive chances, Jared.
Absolutely. You play so smart defensively that eventually you just smother the Toronto Nationals offensively, and then you get a lot more puck possession. And the Mississaugareps early on in this second period have really utilized that offensive possession, getting a lot more chances on James Meredith than they ever did in the first period, but still not testing him majorly so far early on.
Back the other way now is Luka Teixeira, turning it over the other way. What a stop! Kasin Leung sending the message.
Easily the biggest save of the night so far for Kasin Leung as the Toronto Nationals skated in on that 2-on-1. It was Lucas Teixeira there with a big-time pass to his teammate, trying to roof it just over goaltender Kasin Leung, but still he remains perfect with a massive save there.
Great work there by Riley to send it into the corner as it's forecheck. Teixeira now will go after it down low, trying to win the puck battle. It's still loose, and ultimately the player will be blown dead.
That's a very physical play there from both sides. The Mississaugareps especially really stepping up as well as their defensive game. They're also stepping up their physical game, but they might have crossed the line a bit too much right now as the Mississaugareps will be heading back to the penalty kill. A big-time opportunity here for these Toronto Nationals with a chance to flex their offensive guns on the power play.
There will be Callum Mainville taking the draw for the Nationals, as they are able to regain puck possession and they get it back. Along the half wall now. El Colombo taking it down low. Trying to get that back, looking for options. Being pressured hard there by the Reps penalty killer. As it is Mainville now battling for it, using his big frame. Sent to line, they're able to win that puck. Going after it now, it's Meredith along the half wall, back for a shot in front. But unable to get it through. The Reps trying to just desperately get that out. Sent along the half wall. Going after that puck now is Dudziak in the corner and able to win it. As Mainville will settle it down. Mainville's back down low. Looking for pucks in front, unable to get that shot through. Great stick lift there by Eric Lee, but unable to get it out. Another chance there, but an errant pass will force a turnover as the penalty killers can get a change.
It was the Toronto Nationals there that really did a great job of hemming the Mississaugareps into their own offensive zone. But while the Nats definitely dominated in terms of puck possession time in the offensive zone, the Mississaugareps really prevented them from getting a lot of grade A chances on goaltender Kasin Leung. They've done a great job defensively here, and right now they're about to turn defense into offense with a big chance here, and they are stopped by goaltender James Meredith.
A 2-on-1 opportunity short-handed for the Mississaugareps, just turned aside and not see what can happen the other way as the puck is sent back along the half wall looking for options, but body still coming towards the net. It's Kieran Riley now at the blue line. Settling the puck down, we'll send it back to El Colombo with the far range shot, but was turned aside. Riley now will settle it in, but it is stopped by Kasin Leung.
Now they've certainly picked up the offensive chances, that is, for the Toronto Nationals, getting a lot more pucks on net than they did in the opening minutes of that power play, but nonetheless, the goaltenders are still reigning supreme. They're going to have a few more seconds here to kill off this penalty kill, that is, for the Mississaugareps, but still, it's the Toronto Nationals without a goal on this chance.
It'll be Kyle Weisblatt taking the face-off for the Nationals. And he's able to win the draw, sending it back over to Riley. Riley. Del Colombo will let it go down low. But it will be the Reps just looking to keep it in, but Riley, good work there in the blue line, will keep it in the O-zone. Here's Del Colombo back over to Riley. Del Colombo now look for a shot, blocked in front by the Reps, but kept alive by Del Colombo as he'll go for the shot again. Hits turned outside by Kasin Leung with the blocker. Back the other way, Del Colombo will find Riley for the long-range shot, just over the head of Leung. As the penalty expires now, another chance, and the Reps will have survived this power play sequence. On the half wall now, the play is blown dead.
Kieran Riley there did such a fantastic job of quarterbacking that power play. A lot of shots came through the defensive end, and that's because Kieran Riley was stapled there on that blue line. He, of course, displayed his unbelievable one-timer ability there with a blast from the point, but even beyond that, he's just simply been skating through on that blue line, moving around to find open teammates. A lot of that power play went through the defense, and that's highlighted by Kieran Riley.
Another shot stopped there by Leung. And we're noticing very early on in this game, Callum Mainville using his size to advantage, also winning a lot of face-off draws for this national squad.
Absolutely, a very physical two-way forward, a great centerman taking this face-off right here, and that just displays his fantastic center ability as a two-way player. Great player overall for these Toronto Nationals.
Unable to win that one, but I'll go forechecking after the puck, but the Reps are able to recover. With the puck down now as they send it in alongside the board. Nats were first there, but whistle is blown again.
And it appears we are skating right down outside, or rather into this zone for these Toronto Nationals, as there was icing on that play, and the Toronto Nationals weren't able to capitalize on their power play chance. But right here, they get another chance into the offensive zone. Let's see what they can do with it.
Going after that shot there was blocked in front by the Reps, but going after that one now. Almost a near one-on-one shot. They've had a clear look for the Reps, but it's a turnover generated the other way. With that puck now are the Nationals going after it again. Down low. And to get that shot on through, but it's unable to go. Blue liner Luke Howard now will skate back to retrieve the puck for Toronto. Here's Howard now skating the puck with possession, will send the puck up. With it now with the far range shot, that is Zoldos. Zoldos will send it on net, and it is gloved by Leung.
Another save there from Kasin Leung, but it's another shot from the Toronto Nationals way out over close to the boards, and that's just another in a long line of examples of the fact that these Mississaugareps are really smothering up the middle of this offensive zone, keeping a lot of shots to the outside, and that's the kind of defensive ability that this team is capable of possessing. Knowing that they don't have the best offensive ability of their own, they're really going to need to continue to maintain this defensive ability if they want to keep themselves into this hockey game.
All the way at the other end, that's Kieran Riley now will skate the puck up with possession. Dumping it along the boards as they'll go for the forecheck. That's Teixeira now, unable to win that draw, but able to keep it alive. Now it's Arpin. Arpin will take a long-range shot, just deflected off the pad of Leung. Still in play for Toronto as they'll dump it into the corner. Reps desperately looking to get that puck out, but kept alive by the Nationals. It's Teixeira forechecking forward, but won by the Reps. They'll skate it out of the zone themselves. Great work there by Lucas Spano. He dumps it in and allows his line mates to change. Nationals now will look to regroup in the offensive end, but huge open ice hit there along the boards.
This physical play of both sides is really waking up, and that's exemplified right there with that hit.
Back the other way now, it is Rye sending it over, trying to find Teixeira, but kept alive there. Another shot by Austin Punchard, unable to get it through in the Reps. Cleared in front of the net. Del Colombo now has it, and caused a turnover, but kept alive there by Teixeira as everybody goes back. It's Teixeira with a shot, turned aside by Leung as it's down low again. Nationals recovering another shot in front of the net, unable to get it through. Looks like it's off the Toronto National player. When they get that back the other way, another block in front of the net. And just an exemplary defensive shift as as they were hemmed in with Mississaugareps, Jared.
That was a great defensive play from the Mississaugareps, but certainly it's evident that these Toronto Nationals are slowly but surely getting closer in chances to Kasin Leung. I'll really be looking for these Mississauga Rebels to step up defensively here when they're tested like that, as the Nats are getting closer and closer to testing these goaltenders right up in the slot.
There will now be an icing in favor of the Mississaugareps as they'll get the offensive zone draw after just generating that odd man attack. As they look to sustain some offense themselves.
Absolutely. They've really been hemmed into their own zone for much of this second period. This is a chance for them to really dictate play for themselves offensively in this offensive zone.
And after that, puck now is sent along the half wall. It's Ethan Lee now sitting it back in front of the net, and it's turned aside by Meredith.
That looked like it could have been the most dangerous chance of the night for these Mississaugareps. Yes, the shot was taken just outside of the middle of the offensive zone, but it really looked like it stunned goaltender James Meredith, who wasn't expecting a shot from that angle over onto the side of the net. And as a result, he certainly had to jump to make that big-time save. That's definitely something I'll be looking at for the Mississaugareps if they can catch James Meredith off guard.
Going through the puck with speed was Kyle Weisblatt, sitting it back in front of the net. Blocker save made by Leung. The story of this game so far.
Definitely a goaltending duel from both sides.
Into the neutral zone now and back into the Rebels' end. Both teams now really amping up the physical play as it's sent on goal to Kasin Leung as they regroup. It's Ethan Lee. People send it up off the stick of Marcelo, and we'll start the line change.
And back into the offensive zone go these Toronto Nationals, who have generated chances. They've had their boatload, but at the end of the day, they have not found a way to beat the goaltender, Kasin Leung. And as a result, this game is still deadlocked 0-0. It's the Nats who have the undoubted offensive advantage in this hockey game, but still perfect are these Mississaugareps.
The Reps able to clear the zone on that play as Arpin now just loses sight of the puck, and it's now brought in by Beganovic. Beganovic will send it down low. Eric Lee will forecheck after the puck, but the Nationals regain possession. Going with it now. And it appears just staying onside on that play. It's not been attacked. Wide open shot, but that's blocked in front by the Rebels blue liner.
That was Kyle Weisblatt there with a big-time shot on net, ultimately shut down by the Mississaugareps defense, but a fantastic shooter there picking up the puck, blasting it right on net. It's the fantastic play of Kyle Weisblatt that just nearly brought the Toronto Nationals their first lead of the night.
Nationals now regrouping behind their net as they send an errant pass, and it's taken by the Reps blue liner. It's both teams having trouble adjusting now. Arpin sending it over to his partner. And we'll turn inside. It's a 2-on-1 chance for the Nationals. Back the other way. Stopped by Leung. Kept alive by the Nationals. As it is Dudesy exiting along the boards, but the whistle has blown.
For these Toronto Nationals, they really need to do a better job at generating rebounds. It was the Mississaugareps goaltender Kasin Leung, after facing that initial shot, that was bumped totally out of his net, and that would have been a big-time chance for these Toronto Nationals to bang in another rebound chance, but ultimately, they held on to it just a little bit too much, cycling back, missing a big-time opportunity when the Mississaugareps goaltender, and Mississaugareps net rather, was totally clear and open for a chance.
Losing the draw was Mainville, but Nationals regain possession. It's Austin Punchard now. Sending a long-range shot, just deflecting wide off the stick of Leung. Reps trying to get that out, and cleared. Ultimately it is. It's Punchard now in his own end. Punchard will skate it in himself. On the half wall looking for options. It is Punchard. Sending the pass up to the blue line. I still jump it in. This is a power play for the Nationals. And they get that over. Nice deceptive movement there by Mainville. It's been noticeable tonight using his big frame. Slap shot there by Punchard, just missing wide, but kept alive by Toronto. As the Reps are able to get that off and get a change for their penalty killers.
You gotta ask yourself, what's gonna give here for these Toronto Nationals, who have had a lot of chances tonight on this man advantage, but it has been the Mississaugareps to really shut things down defensively. They'll really need to continue cycling this puck down, trying to break in through the defensive ability of the Reps if they want to ultimately get on this board.
Long range shot there by Meredith, and that's turned aside by Kasin.
That was certainly a good look there from the Toronto Nationals, recognizing that there was another Toronto Nationals body in front of the net, screening goaltender Kasin. And as a result, he fired it from just about the boards, but ultimately it was tipped down, and a big-time chance there for the Toronto Nationals.
Face-off will come just outside the blue line. It'll be Kyle Weisblatt taking it for the Nationals. It's a square off against Eric Lee, who wins it. Going after it now on the long left half wall are the Nationals, looking to set up their play slowly. On the other side, it's Rye. Rye sitting in back in front of the net, looking for options. Turned aside, but it's gloved down by Kasin.
That was a big-time chance there from the Toronto Nationals, getting just in close, banging at that puck, multiple rebounds there, but it's Kasin who was up to the task. A fantastic save from an incredible goaltender, keeping this game locked at 0-0. A big-time save there, saving the bacon of the Mississaugareps.
The Nationals are starting to gain more inner slot shots as this game progresses.
And it's very evident that was their goal. That's what they struggled with doing in the first period, generating those in-close chances. And it's very evident that that was a big-time task put on them by Santo Rando, the head coach, to go into this second period. And they've done that a lot better here in this second and middle frame.
It's Ryan now with a shot of his own, turned aside by Leung.
Kasin, have yourself a night. What a big-time save there, keeping the Reps locked in this game. That was a great chance for the Toronto Nationals, coming in with speed, pulling it back, and ripping it with that beautiful wrist shot. But it still is Kasin who's up to the task. He's so good at getting centered to shooters, and as a result, he makes that massive save.
Weisblatt lost the draw, but it's kept alive there by Lee. Lee has it now, looking for options in front, but that puck just going off, high into the air, but the Reps are able to recover. Trying to get that in, it's a turnover, back the other way! And that was a close shot there, deflected in front, but up and above the net, and above one shoulder.
That was a great physical play there from the Nationals, coming in to make that hit, really trying to lay their body on the line in hopes of turning defense and physicality into offense on the scoreboard.
Play continues now into the National zone as they look to break the puck out. Disrupted pass there by the Reps. So send it in down low. It is Lee now battling for that puck there with Beganovic. Beganovic being well known for his forechecking abilities. Aaron pass there in the Nationals end will lead to Reps possession. Trying to get that through. With it now is Snyder. Owen Snyder now will send it down low. And to keep that in a battle there, and it's kept alive by the Nationals, but rather it's the Reps. The Reps starting to sustain the forecheck as they look to be in a position. It's Owen Snyder battling for the puck. And great work there by the blue liner. Isaac Simone keeping that in, but they'll go back to the Reps end, and the whistle's blown.
For the Toronto Nationals there, they had a very good look taking that puck out of their defensive zone, trying to jumpstart a big play. There was a Toronto Nationals forward who was waiting just about at the blue line before entering the offensive zone, and it was the Nats defenseman that had a chance to send up that pass through the middle of the ice, hopefully sending a Nationals player onto that breakaway. But it was the Mississaugareps who did a great job of picking that pass off and ultimately preventing what would have been a very dangerous offensive chance for these Toronto Nationals.
It is Mainville now battling for the puck in the neutral zone. Looking to carry it over the blue line. Both teams now as it gets sent back the other way. Back in front is Mainville battling for that puck, but Isaac Simone now will carry it in. It's a bouncing puck once again. Mainville now along the half wall, trying to cut into the middle at the ice, but that puck is taken away by Ethan Lee. A stretch pass trying to find Zachary Grund, but will be called icing on the play.
And now we'll go back over into the offensive zone for these Toronto Nationals, who have had a lot stronger of a second period here with just under 3 minutes left to go. They've gotten their chances. They've generated a lot, but it's the Mississaugareps who have really just been sticking to their guns. They know that if they have any chance of winning, any hope and prayer of pulling off a victory, it will be to keep their defensive play strong. So they've maintained that all night long.
With the puck now are the Nationals trying to bring that back. Down low it is. Looking for options there are the Nationals. Sending it back to Meredith now at the blue line. Meredith will take a long-range shot, and it's gloved down by Kasin Leung.
Kasin Leung with a fantastic save. The Nationals really moving that puck around, doing a great job of getting shots and shooting the puck quickly in order to catch Kasin Leung off guard, but he is so quick in his movements that he's able to get to the other side of the net in a moment's notice. And as a result, he comes up with another in a long line of massive saves.
Short-handed opportunity now for the Reps as they regain into the offensive zone. Battling along the walls there, and coaches will tell you it's always great in the short-handed sequence. You just get along the wall and force pressure. Don't let it come to you.
Absolutely, and it really appears that the Mississaugareps have taken that in, knowing they're just going to play this quietly, slowly, and just defensively sound. They know they're not going to really be pressuring on the offensive side. They're really just trying to shut down the offensive confidence that the Toronto Nationals have. And early on in this game, they've clearly been outmatched in terms of the power play side of things. They've gotten a lot less power play chances than the Nats have, but they've still done a great job on the penalty kill, and that's a big part in the reason why they are still tied in this hockey game.
In the neutral zone now, it's the Reps regaining possession. Send into the offensive zone now. The zone standard regains it, but the whistle is blown.
Now we will return to a face-off. Rather, it looks as though the second period has finally come to an end. The players returning to their dressing rooms to get ready for the third and the final frame.
This is GTHL hockey on the 6th, still scoreless after 30 minutes between the Toronto Nationals and the Mississaugareps. Quick thoughts on the period, Jared?
I definitely think the Toronto Nationals did a lot better job there at generating chances, while the Mississaugareps really just stuck to their guns. They killed off a plethora of opposing power play chances, killing off a lot of penalties, and that just comes down to their great defensive play, that if they could pull off a victory, it'll be purely based on their defensive ability. The Nats, however, need to keep up their offensive ability if they want to strike through the hot goaltender, Kasin Leung.
For Jared Rotzenberg, this is Jordan Jacklin, and stay tuned for third period action. Welcome back to GTHL hockey on the 6th between the Toronto Nationals and the Mississaugareps. Joined alongside me is Jared Rotzenberg. I'm Jordan Jacklin. And Jared, what have you liked about this game so far in this tightly contested defensive matchup?
It really has been a defensive matchup, and more importantly, it's been a total goaltending duel. A good old-fashioned hockey matchup. Great play on both sides. A lot of physical play, a lot of pressure from either side. No teams really generating their fair share of offensive zone time domination. It's been a very well-balanced game on both sides with chances going either way, but it really has been the defensive ability, especially of these Mississaugareps, that have kept them in this hockey game.
What are the keys to both sides to winning this game in the third period?
For the Mississaugareps, they cannot afford to ruin their defensive prowess in exchange for offense. As the clock ticks down, it's definitely going to get to a point where they know they're going to need to put one in the back of the net, but they cannot afford to abandon their defensive play because the Toronto Nationals have more than enough ability to capitalize on defensive mistakes.
So we get set for opening draw, and it's won back by the Nationals as they'll get a quick chance off the draw, stopped by Leung as there's a rebound ensuing. Already a quick start here for Toronto. They know the assignment.
Absolutely they do. It's the Toronto Nationals that are so strong offensively, firing pucks left, right, and center, and I'm sure that is what Coach Santo Rando really pressed and stressed to them in this intermission in between the second and the third period going into this third and the final frame.
With the puck now is Mainville turning it over at the blue line, kept alive there by Mississauga, but able to recover was the Nationals. Along the half wall now sent in by Meredith as the whistle was blown on the play.
And an interesting choice there from the forward of the Toronto Nationals, just picking up that puck right outside of the blue line, blasting it home, but all it allowed them to do is get a big-time save and get the puck back in the offensive zone. So all's well if it ends well. Still an interesting decision there, just firing that puck rather than carrying it in and testing the goaltender.
Back the other way now are the reps. It's Marcelo dangling it over on Austin Punchard, but great work there by the forward Teixeira, and forechecking him into the corner and not allowing him to do what he wants. Shot alongside there was blocked in front by the Nationals blue liner. Brought out into the neutral ice. Reps now settling it down well. Look for options. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone. Both teams generating turnovers in that one sequence. It remains right on the red line, and the Nationals pick it up. Back the other way, it's a 2-on-1, trying to get to that with a shot. Where's the Nationals? It was Isaac Simone jumping up on the play. Back now with Sarah Brando into the corner. Sarah Brando now will go after it, but Reps able to win that puck battle. Another turnover there by Kieran Riley, but it goes the other way. A chance now, stopped by Meredith.
What a fantastic save from James Meredith as the Mississaugareps were rushing in with their best chance of the night. But Meredith, despite not being tested a lot throughout this game, he comes up major on that big-time save for the Mississaugareps.
They'll be relied upon here as it's in the offensive end. Going in after now, Eric Lee has it in the neutral zone. Nationals able to recover there. It sends along out of play. It's AJ Ryan now has it down low for Toronto. Kieran Riley will send it in and looking for bodies at the other end. Mainville now looking to keep that puck in play. Right at the blue line are both sides battling for that puck. You know the stakes of this hockey game at this point. With it now, nice nifty work there by Beganovic. Ultimately lost possession there on that sequence. Back the other way now is Sarah Brando will take a far right range shot from deep, and ultimately big hit too on that sequence following the shot as the whistle blows.
A big time physical play there from the Toronto Nationals, but it was a fantastic play, simply bringing the puck into the offensive zone from Matthew Sarah Brando, who has been dominant offensively, still without a goal in tonight's game, but he's had chance after chance, and if he continues playing the way he has been all night long, carrying that puck in with confidence and wiring it on goaltender Kasin Leung, it is only a matter of time before they break the ice.
Nationals now have it, shutting it back over. It is Snyder trying to get that shot through. The puck now, it is the Nationals once again. With it, it's Dudziak trying to get that through, but couldn't find an open lane to the net. Back along the half wall now. Nifty little play, but couldn't get that where it wanted to go. Long great shot there by Luke Howard, the defenseman rather, trying to jump into the play. They'll be sent out, but Howard keeps the play alive for Toronto. Over the red line and out, and another big collision there at the blue line rather. Physical play really ramping up, and bodies falling on the ice.
A big time hit there from the Mississaugareps, and the Nationals do not like that. A lot of pushing and shoving there in the middle of the ice just over the blue line, and this game is really ramping up here. Intensity is flaring high as neither team has been able to break the ice.
Trying to get to that now, it's Teixeira. Will drive it in down low himself. The whistle's blown.
And Kasin Leung is able to get through the traffic, find the puck, and get his glove right over it to freeze up that play, and a line change is now forthcoming. The Toronto Nationals once again getting set up here for an offensive zone face-off. There yet to score. But let's see if this could be the chance for them to get on the board.
Teixeira now losing that draw, but it's kept in the offensive end by the Nationals. Going after that now is Del Colombo behind the net. Looking for bodies in front, he'll send it back. Looking for the blue liner. One-time shot. Punchard now will jump up on the play, sending it over. It'll be Del Colombo retrieving that puck for Toronto as he's in the battle there in the corner. And winning it. Here's Del Colombo once again, showing his footwork to win that one-on-one assignment, to gain inside positioning. Del Colombo now back to Teixeira. On the other end is Simone. Simone with a shot that was blocked in front, and the Reps looking to clear. Being really pressured by this Nationals team. Really trying to do damage on this shift to take control of this game. Still alive there by the Nationals. It's Teixeira down low. Trying to get that through. Teixeira, nice forehand shot, and that's stopped by Leung. once again kept alive by Toronto. Let's open it around. It is Del Colombo. Del Colombo, rather, is now down low, going after that puck, and is able to come up with it. Takes air, and that will help pressure. It's Del Colombo in front of the net. Stopped by Kasin Leung.
And the puck just covered up there, and some hands are flying here. This game's ramped up physically, and we have a fight to show for it. A fantastic fight there, an effort on both teams with the tensions flaring high. And now, physicality reigns supreme. It appears we're going to have some people sitting some valuable minutes there. It is the Mississaugareps and the Toronto Nationals both sending players over into the penalty box. And the Toronto Nationals, after dominating offensively there, really hemming the Mississaugareps into their own zone. The Mississaugareps rely on using their fists to stop play and get a breather here. And now, both sides are going to have a player sitting in the box to show for it.
We will remain at 5v5 for this sequence.
The refs still having a word, trying to figure out what they're going to do here. But we will be lining up right to the left of goaltender Kasin Leung, his right, our left. And now the play will be moved outside of the zone, and we will be lining up right outside of the blue line here of the offensive zone for the Nationals.
Winning that puck now, AJ Ride sending it in. Get that through off the board, sending it down low. Open shot there from Mainville. Stopped by Leung. As a rebound ensues. Able to keep that play alive, but the Reps are able to survive. Back down low now is Sarah Brando. Trying to get through with speed, but was pressured hard by the Reps forward. Strong forechecking from both sides. It's Riley now trying to send that cross-seam pass. In open ice, but unable to get it through, but it's down low now. Looking to win that puck. Back the other way. It's kept alive there by Riley. Or rather, Howard. Howard back over to Riley. Just missing his stick with the pass. Back the other way now. Bodies flying in front there as that was Zoldo's going down. Staying with it. Now trying to send it in front of the net. Open shot for Luke Howard. Stopped by Leung as the rebound ensues. Now it is Riley sending it down low. Looking for options in front. It's Mainville. Back over to Howard again for the shots. And that just is sent wide. Riley now will send it back in. Locked in front of the net. And the Reps survive this shift once again.
Luke Howard with a lot of grade A chances there on that opportunity in the offensive zone, firing shot after shot, picking up the puck in the slot, but still, Kasin Leung reigns supreme.
Weisblatt now in the corner for the Nationals. Sending that in. See a nice battle here. 5'4" Kyle Weisblatt. Might not be the biggest, but can definitely handle his own physically.
Certainly a tenacious player, so confident with his own abilities, and even though he is undersized, he has all the confidence in the world to skate into the corner and grab the puck and use his hands and creativity to find open lanes for himself. A speedy young player.
Aaron Ted now along the neutral zone will have to come up with the puck as it's sent in. Settling it down was Meredith as he'll go to play it. It's a crazy bounce there the other way. The Reps for the shot, and that's turned aside by Meredith. Rebound ensued in front of the net as it goes into the corner. Hard hit there along the ice. As bodies are thrown down into the corner, and the puck is won, but the Reps forecheck continues. It's Beganovic once again. He's been the standout player on this Mississauga team. In the neutral zone once again, and the Toronto Nationals now looking to forecheck. As the Reps now along the half wall, and as Taraseca able to get to it. Del Colombo now trying to get it through. That was Austin Punchard now trying to send it towards the net as it goes down low, and the play is blown dead.
And the players return from the penalty box back over onto the ice, and this will be crunch time for both teams with just about 10 minutes to go here in this third and final frame. Neither side has been able to put the puck in the back of the net, still with a 0-0 score, and this is where the pressure's really on for one team to finally break the ice.
Let's see who that will be. Mainville lining up for the draw. Unable to win it there against Eric Lee. He now, sent it to his blue liner, but turned aside as the Reps, the Nationals, put the shot on that, and it's gloved down. by Leung.
Kasin, Leung, and you have to ask yourself, what is it going to take to beat this guy? Such a big goaltender who's so good at weaving his way through traffic to get his eyes on the puck. So getting bodies in front of him is an easy answer, but it still will be difficult to beat this goalie when he's so dialed in as he has been all night long. It's going to take perfection to beat a goalie who's as dialed in as he's been all night.
Austin Punchard now jumping in to support the forward. As he'll send it in down low. The defenseman not afraid to activate into the attack for this Toronto Nationals team.
Absolutely skating very deep into the offensive zone there is Austin Punchard, really trying to do his part in getting pucks on goaltender Kasin Leung in hopes of finally breaking the ice here for his Toronto Nationals.
Beganovic now will send it in deep for the Reps, but it will be turned aside as the Nationals regroup. With the puck now is Punchard trying to send it in as the Nationals get a line change. All the way at the other end now, Lee turning it over. Back the other way, here's Teixeira with a shot, just missing top shelf. On the play there as the Nationals are unable to strike.
That looked like the best chance of the evening here, at least in this third period for these Toronto Nationals. Lucas Teixeira coming in with his exceptional shot. Tried to toe jag and wrist shot it, but he's stopped, and now it is the Mississaugareps that carry the puck and take it into the offensive zone.
It's a foot race now, won by the Reps. Seeing it down low, some good poise and patience there displayed by the Reps blue liner Ethan Lee. Sending that down all the way at the other end is Ryan Arpin now will send it in deep. Sent over to Del Colombo. Del Colombo with a nice move in tight, but turned aside there and wasn't able to get to the middle of the ice. Still trying to generate offensively. It's Mainville now. Settling it down. Callum Mainville has it. Back over to Riley. Riley trying to get a shot through. It's blocked in front of the net. All the way at the other end, Del Colombo as it circles back, but Riley will keep it alive, sending it in front of the net. That's just wide. It's Mainville again using his frame to get it through. And the Reps unable to clear it there as the players down on the ice. No call will ensue. And you get to that point now, thrown all the way to the other end, and the Reps survive the shift. Jared, what did you like about that sequence for the Nationals?
Well, for the Nationals, they're just doing such a good job of cycling around this puck. If a player's getting pressure from the fantastic defense of the Mississaugareps, they're doing such a good job of moving the puck right now, and that's why they've had so much open space to test goaltender Kasin Leung. They haven't been able to beat him just yet, but if they continue cycling around the puck and moving it in this manner, they will get as many chances as necessary to finally break the ice.
All the way at the blue line there was Lee Coward sending it down. Trying to get that puck over to Meredith. Meredith will jump it in, trying to look for bodies in front, but is pressured hard as the Reps recover. Here's Mississauga now in the neutral zone. Trying to gain some speed, and there it is. Comes the blue liner jumping in there. All the way at the other end now. Turn the side end, they'll look to recover by the Nationals. All the way at the other end, it is dumped, and an icing will be called on that play.
And now we'll return right over into the offensive zone for the Mississaugareps, who haven't really been able to develop much offensively here in this third period. But with the moments ticking away, their defensive ability has allowed this game to stay even. And now let's see if they could find a little bit of offense. This will be their best chance, with just a few more minutes remaining in this hockey game.
Going after it now in front of the net. Here's Austin Punchard with a nice move in front of the net. He scores! An incredible goal! Austin Punchard!
Austin Punchard skating in there from defense to offense, picks off that puck in the defensive zone, grabs it from the Mississaugareps, skates it down the ice, gets on that breakaway, and just tucks it right under the pad there of Kasin Leung. And in the words of the great Taylor Swift, Kasin Leung, you gotta shake that off, because he's been fantastic all night long, but after that puck tucks in, you have to wonder how he's going to be able to rebound here. He's been sensational, and now his efforts have not been rewarded. He's down 1-0 on this scoreboard.
Far range shot by Beganovic, and it will be turned aside by Meredith.
And now it's up to the Mississaugareps to respond, and respond quickly at that. They don't have a lot of time here. They're a team that we highlighted in the opening who struggles with a lot of goals for. They would have had a good opportunity to win this game, maybe 1-0, maybe 2-1. But now that they're down on the scoreboard, they are in some trouble, as they're not a team who thrives on their offensive ability.
Having trouble sustaining the forecheck at the moment as they send the puck in deep. Lucas Spano out there with Eric Lee as they look to even up this game, send it to overtime. Just over 3 minutes remaining in this last period. Back the other way now is Chase Del Colombo. Turnover generated there by Mississauga as it sent the far range shot over to Meredith as he sent it down. Riley now will try to settle it in as Del Colombo has it along the boards. Turned over there is Mississauga. Sustains the pressure, bounce in front of the net, stopped by Meredith. It's still loose and turned aside, and they just escaped that sequence.
And the Toronto Nationals cannot afford to get complacent here. They have been great this third period especially, generating a lot of offensive chances, and they've now finally been rewarded with a 1-0 lead. But even though they are the stronger offensive team, the Mississaugareps still have weapons of their own. And if they don't step up on their defensive end of the ice, they could find themselves in some trouble if they give the Mississaugareps any chances at all in the offensive zone.
Icing was called in that play against Mississauga, so we'll see it go all the way back for the Nationals. What would you like to see them do on this offensive zone draw to really take a hold of this game?
They really need to fire chance after chance. Kasin Leung, after letting in that somewhat questionable goal there on the breakaway, just tucking it right under his pad. It might be off his game, might be doubting himself, and they need to use that and get pucks and pucks on net.
Going after it now in the neutral zone, Luke Howard is able to retrieve it. Sent along, far range shot. It's a bouncing puck, turned over there in front of the net. Hits Mainville, trying to get that through. To the corner now. And turned aside, Mainville once again settling it down, trying to get it open. Back over here, back in front. It's a rebound. They score! The Toronto Nationals lead 2-0 in this third period off the turnover, and they're up 2-0.
What a shot there from Callum Mainville, picking up that puck in the slot and roofing it right past Kasin Leung, rather. My apologies there, folks, but what a fantastic shot. I was stunned by it, and that just stunned up my talking, because what an unbelievable goal there from Callum Mainville, roofing it over the goaltender.
Back the other way now are the Nationals, still sustaining that forecheck with the reps here, desperately looking for offense. Trying to get that through, but great work along the boards there by the Nationals, just not giving them any room, specifically. Going after it now, that will be dumped in by Owen Snyder. Trying to get that through, kept alive there. Trying to get to that one, it's Mastriani. Back the other way now. Dumping in the puck is Ethan Lee as they look to regroup. James Meredith will settle down the puck as Nationals are able to get it out. In transition. Trying to get that through. Once again, the forecheck. No clean, very few clean passes made tonight, Jared.
Absolutely. It's been a game where the pucks have just sort of been bobbling around, but now some pressure here from these Toronto Nationals.
Still loose in front of the net down low. As the play is finally blown dead, but it'll be an offensive zone draw for Toronto.
Toronto's done a great job of just simply waking up under the pressure of the final moments of this third period. They've generated a lot of chances all night long, but haven't really been able to strike until now, late in this game, in quick succession with 2 goals. And now they're rewarded for their efforts, not only with 2 goals on the scoreboard, but now with a chance on the power play to triple up on their lead. Let's see what they could do on this chance here.
Sarah wins the draw back over to Mainville. Here is Callum Mainville now. Driving it himself, sending it in. The puck is Del Colombo. It's actually AJ Ray with it. Back over to Sarah. The shot now, Simone in front of the net. Hits loose in front of the goal. Still poking away at it, but it's saved by Leung.
Bodies in front, pressure in front, the net knocked off, but Kasin Leung still reigns supreme, still remains strong, and makes a great save. He's not letting those 2 goals on the scoreboard get him off his game. He comes up with a fantastic diving save there.
You're really seeing the movement of Callum Callum Mainville be really put on display in terms of his deceptiveness to bypass those defenders and just create more room for his teammates.
Absolutely, he has such strong hands and fantastic offensive ability. And now this could be the best chance for the Toronto Nationals to triple up on their lead. Now with the 5-on-3 power play, this will be a big-time chance here for these Toronto Nationals. The Mississaugareps now with 2 people in the scoreboard and late in the game. I cannot possibly think up a worse chance to be on the 5-on-3.
Here's Mainville now driving it in himself. Score! Callum Mainville has doubled down as the Nationals lead by 3.
Callum Mainville picks up the puck, displays his silky smooth hands, walks through into the slot, dekes out the goaltender, and he scores to double dip for his second goal of the game, and a fantastic stranglehold by the Toronto Nationals, now putting them up 3-0 with not a lot of time left on this clock.
It's like he was just listening to us talk about him and mention his strengths as he gets stuff running in, all by his determination and deceptive movement. Here come the Nationals again. They're not putting anything off the gas here, so they send it towards Kasin, and the play is blown dead and they draw the offensive face-off.
Kasin Leung has had a fantastic game. You can't take that away from him. But these Toronto Nationals are relentless. And if you give them open lanes, if you give them chances, especially power play chances, which they've had in droves tonight, they will be rewarded with goals in the net. And ultimately, that's why they're up 3-0 with a lot of chances, especially on that 5-on-3 power play.
Puck is thrown down to the other end of the ice. It's still there. As we appear to have some physical play in the corner here. Multiple sticks on the ice, and it appears there's some more rough play happening behind the scenes.
Well, it's no surprise here for the Mississaugareps. This has been a nightmare of a season. So when they get, I'm not going to use the word embarrassed, but when they get 3 goals scored in quick succession, their anger is going to be displayed. And if they're going to lose this game, they at the very least need to display and pack a physical punch. And that's what they did in the final moments of this game as the Toronto Nationals soar to a 3-0 victory.
As you said, it's a 3-0 victory in favor of the Toronto Nationals over the Mississaugareps on GTHL hockey on the 6th. What did you like from the Nats in this game specifically, Jared, that led to this outcome?
The Toronto Nationals just stuck to their guns. They got chance after chance, and even if not rewarded early on in the game, as Kasin Leung was playing fantastic, they just continued getting their chances. They utilized their speed and offensive ability to get pucks on net, and that's why they walked away with this 3-0 lead.
Still a long season continuing here on GTHL Hockey on the 6th. For Jared Rotzenberg, I'm Jordan Jacklin, and thank you.